Good evening. Today is the 27th of October, 4 or 5 days left or the end of October, and we are entering November, month of November, very soon after the weekend. The weekend will be very busy for us, celebrating the Republic Day of Turkey, 100th anniversary of the Turkish Republic declaration. So there will be quite a lot of celebrations everywhere. We already have hanged all our flags in our houses and everywhere. So we are very proud to be citizens of our nation. Right now, I will also inform my followers in this channel of United States, buying a house in United States, because we are hearing sometimes the houses are in Istanbul are more expensive than Miami. So what? I mean, what's wrong with Istanbul? Yes, surely the house prices will be high because there is more population trying to enter there. So it's similar with Dubai in the middle of the desert, and Istanbul is going to race with Dubai. That's the match for Istanbul. So these are the main cities like London in the West, New York City, Miami, as I said, Dubai in the Middle East, and maybe many more countries in the Southeastern Asia. So the price of a house is not determined by where it is, in which country it is. It's decided by the consumer demand and supply of houses. For example, the house prices in the USA did not drop dramatically when even the mortgage rates in the US went up from 2.5-3% to 8%. Reason being, people are not putting their homes for sale. So it's not important how many houses you have in a place. It's like how many homes are up for sale in the market and how many people are willing to buy them. So if you have less amount of people but much less amount of houses for sale, why don't people want to sell their houses as usual? Because most of the houses in the USA, like 2/3 of them, are sold on mortgage credit. Not like Turkey. In Turkey, it's opposite. 1/10 or one in 5 houses are sold with mortgage credit. It's mostly sold cash. Are they so rich? Well, I think they are. They do have cash. So people who have the cash, the rich people, just like the USA, in Turkey also, the income distribution is terrible. So like the first 20 million, Turkey's population is 83 million. 20 million are extremely rich, like the people in Netherlands. And there are many US dollar billionaires, not millionaires, billionaires in Turkey. So similarly, there are very poor parts of the country, and the base pay is very low. Like I can calculate by today's rates. It's the net that a person will receive after taxes is 11,400 TL. So divided by 28.20, I'll put the US dollar rate today. So only $404, okay, per minimum base pay, working 220 hours, okay. But there are some advantages, like some workplaces, and this is not the best pay, but the worst side is not the base pay. The worst side is more than 80% of people are making below 2 base pays in Turkey. So income level is very low, considerably. There is no middle class left. There is either too rich or everyone, because it's calculated by Turkish unions. The salary in Turkey should be minimum about almost 50,000 Turkish TL per month. And when we divide that with 28.20, that's the minimum required is $1,773. So twice base pay makes about $810. So it's far away from even the amount that's needed for a decent living. Okay, I'm not talking about hunger level, or just passing the hunger. I'm just talking about people who are considered not poor. Poverty line is 1770. That much amount of money must enter the house so that you can consider that family not poor. Okay, and there are these levels calculated by unions. They are not contested, they are accepted by everyone. So now let's going back, because I had to explain this, because you can say, okay, this house costs this much, but see how much they make over there. These prices don't matter sometimes, friends. Why? If you buy gold in the USA, in the Canada, in Turkey, in Saudi Arabia, in China, it's fixed price. Okay, it's 1980 US dollar an ounce. They will not sell it to you cheaper because you are a poorer country. Okay, same price for wheat. Everything is sold worldwide at a certain tons per ounce per ton price. And if something is very cheap in your country, you can be sure that it's let's say balanced through taxpayers' money. It's because that's the price worldwide. They never, then that's called subsidizing. They never subsidize gold, of course. They subsidize food. Okay, some countries they subsidize rent. Government subsidizes rent, but not the way it's done in Turkey through the homeowners. It's done through government saying, okay, if your rent is too much, I'll pay you anything above this amount. So that's subsidizing. The other one is not free market economy. The other one is something else. So don't mix it up. It's not subsidizing. You don't make forceful subsidizing to homeowners, to home renters. That won't work. That won't work in a free market. That will cause huge reduction in home building. Nobody will start buying second, third houses to rent. And that's going to result in a disaster, in a couple of years, because we need about 200,000 additional houses every year, okay? Every year. So 5 years, we need 1 million. These numbers are smaller compared to the US, where the population is 330 million, and we can see sales of 1 million per month. In Turkey, they're around 130,000, almost like one-tenth of the USA. Population is not one-tenth. It's like, let's say, one-fourth or one-fifth, but the house sales are much lower in Turkey. So, and I think they will get even lower if this funny applications continue. Who's going to buy a home in Turkey? So now I will present, maybe you can have better chances of buying incredible good prices in the USA. But USA is a big country. Like flying from the East Coast to West Coast, let's say from Miami to California, it may take up to 6 hours. Okay, flying, not driving. It may take 4 or 5 days. So driving, so it's huge. So there is a lot of land, but of course there is population accumulating in certain areas. But it's interesting to tell you, the most crowded cities, 3 cities in Turkey, although the population is 1/5 of USA, are much more crowded than the USA's top 3 cities. So it's very normal. The prices will compete with the prices in the USA. Our Istanbul city is about 16 to 18 million, if depending on if you include the outside skirts. Ankara is about 5.5 million. Izmir is the third one, is about 4.5 million. So you can think, if you look at the population of Miami, you'll be surprised. The main center, Miami, is much less than 500,000. So that's the struggle to understand why are the prices higher here. There are very good deals in Turkey. You can even buy 2+1 apartment flat just for $50,000, okay? And brand new, not very old, in a location, not in the suburbs and out somewhere in the let's say mountains. Good locations can be found. But similarly, you can buy a $50,000 house. You can also find a $1 million 1+1 one-bedroom house, depending on the location, of course, in Istanbul. So let's not waste more time. And after all these explanations, let's go to how we can search the websites in USA for houses to buy or rent. In Turkey, we know there are most used is what we call the yellow site, Sahibinden, and then there are other sites like Emlak Jet, and before it was Hurriyet Emlak. Now it's changed the name recently. There are sites, but the yellow site is the most famous for searching houses, land, and real estate for sale. So in the US, first of all, I will show you. Okay, this is the rating of the US top sites for top websites ranking for real estate, most visited real estate websites. So I will give you two examples. One will be Zillow and the other one will be Redfin. You can try the Realtor, of course, as well, because due to my time limit, I will just show two samples and how detailed they are compared to the Turkish websites. So let's go and start with Redfin. Redfin is a popular one. Once you enter, this is roughly the area around New York. As you see, I can navigate like this: Massachusetts, New Hampshire, okay, all the USA. And if I go to, let's come to Miami, maybe. I mentioned a lot of Miami. So if you type here, that's the city you are interested in, and then you say, Miami. And if you can type the district, let's say Brickell Key. Okay, so I made it very specific area. This is a man-made island, triangle, and it's connected to the land by a special road, like our Kuşadası. Kuşadası, there is a castle joined to land by this, and then of course the area map shows you how much the sea and land are mixed up. And Miami Beach is out in the open at the Atlantic, and there are inner islands, many islands around there. Okay, so I showed you the map of Miami first of all. Then we want to do our search, our search. So we go to the from satellite. You can go to satellite like we can do in Turkey, or go to the map. Okay, now let's increase. So we want to see how many houses are for sale in this small island. These are big condominiums, mostly located. So it says there are 5 units on this corner, 14 units here, 111 units in the middle. As you see, seasides are more preferred to the Atlantic. So let's go choose, and let's go choose either one. Let's choose this 98 unit one. Okay, so there comes the houses in front of. We are checking just to buy right now. Okay, so let's say by chance, let's take this $599,000 house. This is just 1 bedroom, 1.5 bathroom. And it's overlooking this bay. There is 37 photographs of the area. So if you want to look, you can schedule a tour with the real estate person. Okay, so it shows the name of the group, Brickell Key to Tequesta Point. Okay, there are some parks around, so it shows you the parks, and of course the seaside. Tour it before it's gone. Okay, so these are the times to visit. Okay, so we saw the pictures of the place. We saw the price, $599,000. So it's like $600,000 for a one unit building. So if I calculate this, I'll just multiply with 28 for the easiness of the ease of calculation. 600,000 times 28. So one flat here is worth 16.8 million TL. Okay, so you can say what you hear on some of the sites is bull. Okay, bull. So there are just 1+1 bedrooms that are also in many millions in Miami as well. Okay, so about this home, it says 1 bedroom, 1.5 bed, total 907 square feet. It's not square meters. So you can convert it to in the Google, if you add square feet to square meters. Okay, it's 0.09 square meters is one feet. So we'll just calculate this one. It's it was 907 square feet. So I'll calculate it on the side. 907. It's 85 square meters, friends. Okay, it's a small flat which is 85 square meters. So now we have an idea of the house. Let me jump back to that tab again. I hope I did show you. If not, I'm showing you right now here. Okay, this is the island, Triangle Island, and so I'm just jumping there again. You see the houses. This was the house we checked for, 599,000. You can see there is 650, 780, 1,500,000, 883,000, okay, almost $1 million. That's 28 million TL. Okay, and so 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Okay, so these are all in US dollars, the prices. So locations depends on location. There is a house for 500 at the cheapest, and then there are houses even up to $2,186,000. You want to see the $200 million house? Okay, let's see that one. I think we maybe just there are 16 photos from it. Okay, let's see the photographs. Okay, it has a nice ocean view. Okay, so this is the inside of the house. I'm not going to spend too much time. I'm just giving you the website, and so you can review them later on. So anyway, this one is 2,520 square foot. So this is like about 3 times the one previously we checked. So it's about 250 square meters with 3 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. Okay, this is a bigger apartment flat. So let's check on this one. What are valued? What we do check is they list what this house prices in this area. It was lastly sold in November 2021 for $676,000. Since August, it lost $49,000 in value. And the prices here, the house made $1,300,000. This shows the history of this house. Estimates 21. Okay, it didn't. Now in 2022, it starts taking off. Okay, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 2 million. Okay, so who knows in the 3-4 years? See, it doesn't end in 2023. We are around here now. They expect it to go up slightly and maybe down a little bit to in the future. Okay, in 1 year. And in 1 year time, it's going to go almost flat around this rate, it says. Okay, so if you look at the details of the houses, you can even see how old the houses are, how much money is paid to the company who runs the building. So this home is a condominium built in 1998. This house, which is $2 million, is 25 years old. Okay, it's not brand new house. Some people think the 25-year-old house is very old. You can say there are not earthquakes in that area. There are very high wind, not tornadoes, but hurricanes hitting Miami coast. Almost every hurricane season, depends where it lands, And so this is the per square foot price, $868 in the area. This is the estimate of this company. 2 garage companies. It's air conditioning, heating, and there's a washer and dryer. Well, in 1 or 2 million. What if there wasn't a washer and dryer? Anyway, so I think this shows you. Now you can go to property details to land you there. You will also see what you won't see in Turkey. You will see sale and tax history. So it shows you exactly day by day when this house was, see all the history of the house. In 1999, this house was sold for $454,000. You see how good it's shown in the USA. Even if it was shown correctly like this in Turkey, because of the inflation, this wouldn't make much sense. But you just know, in 1999, the house cost $50,000. Now it's $50 million. So it doesn't make sense in an inflationary country. But these are public records open to people. Okay, it's not hidden, and all the sales can be seen. Like it's listed again in 2 years later in September at 100 and 550. Can you see the price increase 3 times in 3 years? Okay, 99, 21. Then it went up for sale at again same year in November for the same price. It was sold. Closed means it's sold, and it sold again November 21, 1510. So since it's here since last 2 years. This was the last sale price, okay? At 5.25% interest rate, mortgage, even that information is available, okay? At what price these people bought it at 1,550. So now they are asking 2.1 million, okay? Estimate this, the price here, 2.186,450 is the estimate of Redfin. It's estimate, okay? So in the US, you may not see prices because the buying procedure is a bit different. You make an offer to buy the house. You can offer this house, just say, I'll pay you $2 million. Okay, if the guy won't get, angry, why are you telling me I'm selling it only for $2,186,000? Well, it's an offer. So he can just say, no, thank you, I'm not interested. That's it. And if there is a time when everybody wants to buy this house, they make a higher bid so that they can own the house. So like they see a price like this, they offer 190 or 2.20, okay, 2,190,000, 2.2. So it's up to how bad the person wants it. But in a seller season, you can probably offer lower price, okay? Very likely. So we have seen the Redfin site, I think. Am I having some problems showing this as a site? I want to make sure. Present. Share screen. Okay, so I'm sharing the website again. If you weren't able to see, I don't know why it kicked me out. Okay, now another website is real estate Zillow. So I will just say show this tab instead, so I can see that this tab is shown. So now I will go on to Zillow website. It's similar, idea is similar. So let's this time check somewhere different in Dallas, Texas, okay? So we can just type in here, Dallas, Texas, J.R. Ewing's house. No, okay. This everybody knows Dallas, Texas from J.R. Ewing time. They were called soap operas. At the one of the first operas. So this is the area pricing in this, because we mentioned a very huge area. Now let's go somewhere in the middle of like nowhere, let's say, but it's good area. I mean, when you look at the planting everywhere, for example, these houses you see on the right, $229,000. Now, after you saw a $2 million house, these sound like they are almost free, right? Or $225,000 with 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and square foot house for sale. So now now you're talking business, okay? So you can buy in Dallas, Texas. This type of, and there are land sales also. 10 acres. 10 acres, you must multiply by 4, I think, to come to Turkey's dönüm, okay? Acres is bigger than dönüm. So this is a land also. You can also check for rentals. Like there is this house, which is very, like, let me say, let's go to this one of these houses at 239,000, 3-bedroom house, one flat. Now let's check this one, for example. Okay. You want to see all the 25 photos? Okay, we'll just go through quickly. Okay, I'm just making sure you are seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, and so this is $240,000. Okay, in Hearn, Texas. Okay, request a tour. So it's a 1-story flat. We will also see now details. It may be refurbished. You will see there are extremely old houses in the USA, because most of them are made from lumber. So you will not think they are, brick and mortar. They are from lumber. That's why during a hurricane or tornado, you can see a lot of damaged areas. Okay, now go back to listing, back to search. We were checking this house. It doesn't matter. Let's check either one. But let's continue with this one just to see the details of a house. Okay, it tells you how many square foot is, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms inside the house, and you must use the calculator to turn it into square meters. Estimated, if you get mortgage, this says here, you must pay roughly $2,198, $2,200 per month. And if you press here to ask if I'm qualified to get this, you can enter here and it will send you there. It's a single family residence, okay, built in 1994, okay? So this is 2024, let's say, this 30-year-old house. This lot is the size of the garden. Total lot is 7,400. So the house sits on 1/7 of the total land. So it's $255 per square foot. You can see homeowner association fees. Sometimes people don't like to buy houses with homeowner values in the USA, because that's like forcing you to pay. In Turkey, site aidatı, you have to pay. So then if there's an estimate of Zillow, it will give. Then it says what's special about the house. Nice story, 3-bedroom full house, growing city of Taylor in Texas, okay? Zillow checked 10 hours ago. Listing updated 26th of October. listed by the realtor agent, okay? And you can request a tour or contact the agent for this house in the ad. So get a tour and make an meeting date to in person or video chat. You can just talk about it with the realtor. Okay, facts and features: flooring, no carpet tile, bedrooms, appliances in the house. In US, most houses come with dishwasher, disposal, electric range, and refrigerator. It's even if you rent it. It's not common to rent a fully empty house in the USA. So even if you buy 2 beds and 1 table and 2 chairs, you can survive in a rental house in the USA. Okay, most houses have these features. So contacting, this is, as again, now we can see, this is important. This is what we don't have in Turkey. This is important. Price history of the building. It says how many years. It goes all the way back. In 2008, listed for sale at $83,000. 2008, see the house price reduced, 74,700. And 2008 was the year of mortgage crisis, as you remember. They removed from listing. They gave up on selling. They said we won't sell it. So they kept it. Now they are selling it for $295,000. Increased the price 3 times, 294%. Okay, so this gives you an idea. Well, it's a long time to make 300%. But there are rental income as well. So you must not just consider the price. This shows you public tax, because if you buy a house in the USA, the taxes are very high, nothing close to Turkey, okay? So like property taxes, just paying annual property taxes is $6,500, okay? Like in 21, it was $4,645. So if we calculate $6,500 per year, 6,000, so giving you idea about the US, because in some states, in 10 years, you'll pay similar amount to the cost of the house, to you. Don't make that mistake. Okay, like New Jersey is very high tax rate. So you have to pay to your own house 182,000 TL annual tax. Okay, so 182,000, 10 times 10 years, you can buy a small flat in Turkey, just for the price of taxes. And taxes are extremely low in Turkey. And people are saying, you're making all these calculations, how about taxes and expenses? Don't even bother about them, okay, in Turkey. So you can check for down payment assistance. You can buy this house just $14,750 if you are eligible, okay? So, my idea was not to nearby schools, if you have children, okay? Nearby other homes, what are they selling for? So you can compare if this house is asking so much for an equivalent house, and local experts. Okay, so it's already 33 minutes, so it's been a long research and look, but I hope I was helpful to how to check prices in the United States. There are Turkish real estate people in many cities of the USA, but they say just pay the down payment and we will rent it out. There is a home management in the USA, which we don't have in Turkey, where you just buy the house, pay the down payment. You still have to look after the house for expenses, repairs. But these people, like a Turkish, let's say you have a friend, real estate man, he checks after everything, rents it out, and sends you make sure that the rent is paid monthly. The building is looked after. So we don't have that in a let's say firm type, disciplined way. You may have a friend checking it for you or a real estate salesperson, but it's not officially house management system, and they cost you about 7% roughly of the total rent you draw. So let's say you are making your house is rented for, let's say, 20,000 TL. These people get about close to 20,000 TL, you know. So you get 11 rents. And he gets the other one because he's renting the house. When a renter person leaves, he checks all the legal documents and everything. So in people who are buying big investments like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 houses in USA, they all give it to these real estate management companies, so they manage it for you. Okay, so for our English channel, I thought of giving you some idea of how to check the websites in other countries rather than listening to people. Our Istanbul offices are extremely, houses are expensive. So I showed you small flats for $2-3 million as well. So it's the location where it decides the price, not the building materials. It's the land of that area that's more valuable. So maybe building the building is like $300,000 even in a condominium, but the land is what it costs, about $2 million. Okay, the location. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed, and it was a long video. I hope it was helpful. See you all again, and we will see you again. Okay.